Hey guys, nobody here yet. I just say that in the beginning of every live stream. Hopefully, we'll be getting some people soon. We'll see. There's one person. Who's that? Uh, shit. Who I have here? MobTube person? Two people now. Oh, man. Jesus. Oof. Having a little issue here. Let's see. Pat Travelino, what's going on, brother? Sports 74, good morning, FBS. Well, at least it is out west. Have a great show, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Chris, just call me Chris. Trump isn't a chomo, but definitely a deviant. Definitely a deviant, but I agree on I disagree on the chomo part. I definitely believe he's a chomo. But you see what's going on today, guys? Maybe I'll wait till I get some more people here, but looks like there's going to be some more congressmen and women, or just congressmen, I don't know, resigning soon. So you never know. The Democrats might have a majority before the midterms. Yep. We'll see. We'll see. Republican Congress members have had it with Mike Johnson. They're sick of his ass. Who knows? We might have a Hakeem Jeffries as Speaker of the House soon. Of course, he's a scumbag too, but whatever. Bitey, fighty, cat. Trump needs to make a song about not diddling kids. That should convince everyone. All right, yeah, why not? It'll be a step in the right direction, I guess. I don't know if it'll convince everyone, but Mike Ramey, yo, what's going on, brother? What's going on? You see, Mike, a lot of well, maybe not a lot, but several, I guess, Republican House members have decided they're most likely going to resign. So we might have a Democratic majority in the House before the midterms. Sherry, I'm good. How are you? Hey, Miss Can't Be Wrong. How you feeling? Oh, Mike, you're sitting at work. Sorry to hear that. Tell them you need the day off. You're watching Street Smart Politics. Oh, did you? Oh, I think I got it. Wait. Yeah. I'm going to talk about that. We're going to fuck that GoFundMe up. We're going to fuck that up because, we're not going to let them scam $22,000 out of people. So I'm going to, even if I got to make a bunch of $1 donations and leave messages, like this guy is conning you, don't give him money. That's what I'm going to do. Other than MTG. Yeah. Apparently there's some more. We don't know exactly who they are yet, but apparently they've reached out to the press and made claims that they're probably going to resign soon. So Mike Johnson knows about it. He's a little worried because that could be the end of his speakership. Good. They should all resign and start over. I actually agree with you. But this Epstein Files thing pissed a lot of Republicans off. It really did. The Epstein Files and the government shutdown and all this stuff. I think it just, pissed people off. I mean, 8 fucking weeks. Hey, everybody loves a paid vacation, but they do have a job to do. And I think some of them want to actually do it. Mike Johnson is stopping that from happening. Jennifer 4x4, how are you? I got to make a new thing and put something else up here. I don't want to keep having the same thing like is Trump a diddler up there, but I'm kind of in a hurry today. And I did Let me see. Did I put both things up there? I put a couple of more video things up here I want to play. One I played one time before, but let me put the other one up now. $21 people. Everybody hit the like button. And please, if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. Casey, please send me that link in my email, and I'll post it. I agree they should ban everyone that's serving now and vote all new people in. Hell yeah, let's do it. Both sides, fuck it. Trump is absolutely a diddler. I agree, Aryan Blitzkrieg. Wow, that's some name. Less and less are watching. What do you mean, this show? It'll be all right. It'll get better. Okay, you have zero evidence that they're proved wrong. No, I'm not proved wrong. How am I proven wrong? We'd have to have proof that he's not a diddler. You know what I mean? So, what do you mean? I think you're confused. Oh, okay. All right, Miss Can't Be Wrong. I might just have to switch up this shit, like I said, which I want to do anyway, and some hashtags and stuff. I'm not real good at the hashtag thing yet. I got to figure that all out. Sherry, yes, he is a pedophile. I agree. I definitely agree. Okay, I'll share it in a minute. — 24 people. Hit the like button and subscribe, please. See how it goes today. We'll see what kind of crowd we got. Maybe I'll switch things up for the next show. Well, either way, I will. It's about time. Pretty Tings, how are you? You think Trump's a diddler? Honestly, guys, we could talk about anything. It doesn't have to be that. I like, the rage bait. It works usually. But we could talk about anything politics related that you want. Worst president ever. Juan, yes, without a doubt. 154 presidential scholars, I believe, agree with you. Yep. And me. Agree with us. Yeah, I got the link. I'll post it in a minute. I don't want to do it just yet because I only got 23 people. I don't want to lose everybody while I'm doing that. Most corrupt president ever. Yes, very, very true. Look, there's some like-minded people in here. Very true. Yeah, most corrupt, without a doubt. It's not even, you can't even compare him to any other president as far as corruption goes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I will too. That's a, we got to help him out no matter what. And I'll send something myself also. Casey, you here? Any thoughts on why MTG is quitting? Well, there's a lot of speculation about it. Like she just got her pension or just became eligible for her pension, I guess, like within the last week or something like that, a week or two. And she did make $25 million, they say, off of insider trading with the whole, Trump tariff thing crashing the economy and shit. I think she's just set for life and she doesn't need to do anything anymore. But I think it also has to do with the fact that she defied Trump and now Trump is attacking her relentlessly. And the lousy bitch who stood there and watched him attack other people relentlessly and had nothing to say about it, now she feels differently since it's happening to her, So what you going to do about it? Who am I to do anything about it? What does that mean? What am I going to do about it? What should I do? Honey Horse, what up? I think there's a method to MTG's madness. I kind of think so too. She is off her rocker, but I think she's extremely intelligent. I never used to think that, but I think if you take money out of politics, it will get rid of a lot of the bad actors. Oh my God, of course. That would be the answer, that at least, fixing shit to some extent, maybe not fixing it completely, but I just don't see it ever happening. I don't see it ever happening. We need to stop arguing with each other. They are the enemy. I kind of agree with you on that, user. I just get so mad at some Trump supporters. I don't even want to get along with them. But I know what you mean. The thing is, a lot of us will admit that. Like I'm a guy. I guess you can call me a leftist. I vote Democrat. I agree. You know what I mean? That it should be us against them, 100%. Considering the way the system is now, with all the money in politics and all that shit. But Trump supporters have, and I think they used to feel like that to some extent, But now that Trump's around, they are all in with Donald Trump, and the people who used to hate the government, they love it now that it's run by him. They have to hate it to some extent, so they just say the deep state, like there's a shadow government, when in reality, it's just Trump and his administration and, the Republicans who hold a majority in the House and Senate. So, you'll never be able to talk sense into them. Don't cash that $2,000 check. You idiots don't deserve a dime. Michael Taylor, there's not going to be a $2,000 check. Remember when there was going to be a $5,000 Doge check and it didn't come? There's never going to be a $2,000 check. Do you know that what it would cost to give all the eligible people the $2,000 would actually be more than the tariffs are bringing in a year? So it's not even possible. It's just Trump saying things again to distract you and make you happy. He throws you a bone every now and then. It's a fantasy, but he knows you'll believe it for a while. How do we get money out of politics, though? I don't even see it being possible. I wish I had the answer. Just because he knew Jeff doesn't mean he's a diddler. No, it's not based on that. It's not based on that alone. Anyway, it's based on a lot of accusations, that were made, about him. A lot. There's a lot of reasons to believe it. And plus, things we see with our own eyes, the shit he does when he talks about children in certain ways and stuff throughout history. The way when he looked at a 10-year-old girl and said, I'll be dating her in 10 years. I mean, to me, that's all I need to see. And I don't care if Biden would have said it, if Obama would have said it. To me, you're a pedo right there. If you can look at a group of children and pick one out and say, a 10-year-old, and say, I'll be dating her in 10 years. That means you found her particularly attractive. Now, how the fuck could you find a 10-year-old attractive unless you're a diddler? Word for word, I knew your response. LOL, have a good one, bro. Response to what, Xavier? Oh, well, what do you expect me to say? What am I supposed to do about it? You give me the answer. You obviously expect an answer from me. So what is it? There's nothing that I can do. I'm just a guy on YouTube, but Congress could do something about it. Shit like that. The American citizens can too, if they would just, actually unite for at least that cause. But I'm not a prosecutor of any type. I'm not a federal judge. I'm not an attorney general. What do you expect me to do? Fuck, I'd love a $2,000 check right now. Yeah, we ain't getting it though. Do you think MTG will run for president? I guarantee it. Yes. Yes, I think she will. Oh, come on, Miss Can't Be Wrong. You know better over here. You can swear all you want. They will never let Trump cut his checks. Well, Trump would never. He doesn't even want to. It's not the only people they want to give money to are the richest people. I heard MTG is getting coached by Steve Bannon. It's very possible. I'm a Republican, so we can agree. Yes, on that, definitely. Michael, you folks really need that 2K. Wow. That's now 7K. You fools won't see this year. Oh yeah. 7,000. It ain't coming. Unfortunately, this divide started with Trump. It did. The way you get money out of politics is ban lobbyists, ban campaign funds. Everyone gets an equal amount. Ban trading for the member and immediate family. Make all tax returns public. I definitely agree with you, Mike. I don't see it ever happening. But that would be it. That's what would have to happen. Yep. Yeah, at least banning lobbyists and campaign funds. But it's never going to happen. There is a shadow government, though. It's intertwined with the private sector. I don't know. I mean, it depends on what you mean by a shadow government. If you're talking about the same deep state they talk about MAGA, I don't agree. Remember the 3,400 we got from Biden era? Wonder how. 3,400 we got from Biden era. No, I think didn't we get $1,200 or something because of COVID in the beginning from the American Rescue Plan. Dude doesn't have a figure for the fact he claimed, does he? I don't. Who are you talking about, and who are you talking to? I don't understand. Guys are fucked up the way you write shit. Like I'm supposed to know what you mean by that. Waffle Jackson. Probably a lot of Dems and Republicans on the list. Oh, probably. Yeah, yeah. Typical liberal with no life. Look, little girl, your 15 minutes of fame are up. I see you still live in mommy's basement. Liberals are liars, cowards, and traitors, and hate America and Americans. Sure, we do. I'm not a liberal, first of all, by any stretch of the imagination. I know you see me that way. But I live with a beautiful woman who I'm married to in our house, you know, and I have everything I want in life. Believe me when I tell you. It's not Trump they running for. It's the party. Like I haven't played an Xbox since it landed on the market. PlayStation kid to the day I die. Who agrees? We need to go with policies that make sense. Okay. No, I don't think it's for the party. That's why, you know, there's nobody else, I don't think, in the Republican Party that would have beaten Hillary or Kamala. Honestly, I don't. I did, and it was after I was forced to take a vaccine and quarantine and isolation for months. You had to quarantine and isolation for months? Really? Why is that? Nobody had to do that. You mean like the shutdowns and stuff? Like people were supposed to stay at home, but nobody really did anyway? And you weren't forced to take a vaccine because that would mean like somebody literally put a gun to your head and said, take this or I'll kill you. Yeah, well, tariffs, yeah. But no, we're not even getting it. It doesn't even exist. Repeal Citizens United. That's the first thing that has to happen. I'm so afraid of coming out in the shower with me that I've waited until late night to take a shower. Ashley Biden diary, pages 67, 68. I was so afraid of coming. I'll have to check that out and see if that's a quote, but I don't know that is. I don't know that is. Guys, hit the like button, subscribe, please. Let me see. While pardoning turkeys today, Trump asked with turkey was the convicted pedo. Oh my God. Which you mean? Which turkey? Deep State doesn't care if you were red or blue. They only care about control and who will do their bidding. Yeah, maybe. There were three checks, one under Trump and two under Biden. I didn't know about the other two. I was able to fill out a form on my taxes and get the other two. I thought there was only one. I probably got it then. I just don't know. It's funny. They think liberals live with their moms, but some of us gangsters too. Oh, they have no idea. They have no idea. All Democrats are diddlers. Can you tell me a specific one? Now that one that you have proof is a diddler. Now that Epstein files have been released, what will the left accuse Trump of doing this time? I bet you guys accuse him of being accountable next. The Epstein files have not been released, Charles. And we're not accusing him of anything. He's in the files. It's just a matter of what he's in there for. So you do know that when people accuse him of stuff, it's because he's guilty of it, right? People don't just wake up and say, I think I'll accuse Trump of pedophilia today. No, this all comes from someplace. You know, there's everything. That's why he's been convicted on some of his charges. That's why he's been found civilly liable for sexual assault in a civil suit. That's why a lot of this stuff sticks, because he really did this shit. Yeah, I know. But Biden, yeah, the whataboutism. Never let the witch hunt dies. It's all die. It's all the left has. When you say witch hunt, do you mean like when Trump accidentally posted on Truth Social instead of in a private message to Pam Bondi that he basically insists that she goes after people like James Comey and John Bolton and Letitia James? You mean a witch hunt like that? Yeah, that's an actual witch hunt. Democrats are the pedo party. You can keep saying that, Don Trump, but I asked you to tell me which one specifically, and it seems like you can't do it. I could talk about a lot of people. Matt Gaetz, for example, is paying young girls to fuck him, Venmo payments to prove it and everything. Robert Morris, Trump's spiritual advisor, just got busted for pedophilia. Linda McMahon was part of a huge child sex scandal. Trump is a diddler, then no way in hell that Biden isn't. Dude literally made it obvious numerous times. No, he didn't. You just look for something and you see it, whether it's there or not, Okay, all photos of Trump and Epstein are before 97. Now he got his island a year later. Okay, nobody said he went to the island, though. I think you're misunderstanding. You think that all the crimes took place on an island, and that's just not true. That's not true at all. And Epstein said that Trump was at his house alone with Virginia Giuffre for hours. That these crimes took place at his home in Palm Beach, too. Donald Trump literally said it. I lived in Palm Beach, and they lived in Palm Beach. Yeah. And he was on Epstein's jet 7 times, stuff like that. Released the Biden files. Well, if there were any, don't you think they would have been released already? He's in the files, but don't mean he's a diddler. No, not 100%, but where there's smoke, there's fire, and we have reasons to believe that he is. They won't find what they want, so they will keep pushing for more documents that do not exist. Now, see, you guys are easily fooled, but what we know is that there's no possible way we're going to get all the files. And what we get, they're going to be heavily redacted because it's already been reported widely that Pam Bondi and Trump assigned 1,000 FBI agents to redact his name from the files. So, chances are the shit that we, should see, the shit that everybody is looking for, won't be in there just simply because they removed it, not because it was never in there to begin with. Trump is the president. He's put off releasing these files for months and months now. And remember, he could release them right now with the snap of a finger. He could just say, Bondi released them, and they get released. So why isn't he? It's because they're still redacting them and doing whatever else they need to do. You want Trump in them so bad. No. I don't want Trump in them. Trump is in them. You guys keep acting like it's still a question of whether or not he's in the files. The Republican MAGA party are the ones accusing people of things. Of course. For crimes? Of course. What do you mean? Was he convicted of crimes? What are you saying? He was. How about what is he supporting? How about what he is supporting, the annexing of Gaza and supporting a genocide? We could hate him for that. Or how about starting a war with Venezuela? Yeah, those are 2 good reasons. So they did it to him. No, they didn't. He was actually guilty of his crimes. James Comey and Letitia James's cases just got thrown out, and they were never real to begin with, So he committed the crimes. I mean, he committed most of them in front of the entire world. There's no question of whether or not he was guilty. And the only reason he's not in prison is because he became president again. Biden Chips and Science Act, American Rescue Plan, Inflation Reduction Act, Child Tax Credit, PACT Act, Bipartisan Infrastructure Act bill, Trump. Yeah. Big, beautiful bill. Upset Trump is doing to them what they did to Trump. I don't give a fuck what he does to them. I have no skin in the game. I don't know them. But he's not doing to them what they did to him. What he's doing to them is exactly what he used to say was being done to him, but it wasn't. Democrats got busted for testing Epstein. What does that mean? Testing Epstein? This is the type of person to deny Biden's dementia while in office, like every other good boy. Well, let me show you something. Do you deny Trump's? Let me show you something here. Got something for you.
Okay, please, in the back.
Well, here's. Let me see. Are these the same?
Okay, please.
I accidentally uploaded both of the same videos, but I want you to listen to this when you talk about Joe Biden's dementia. I want you to listen very carefully to this reporter asking Donald Trump, how long are the immigrant detainees going to be in Florida in Alligator Alcatraz? Now listen to his entire answer, and you tell me if you think he has dementia.
Okay, please, in the back.
Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected time frame that detainees will spend here, days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration judges you just spoke about being trained and staffed here?
When you say, what was the first part of your question?
Is there a specific time frame you expect the detainees to spend here? Days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at Alligator
I'm going to
Alcatraz.
spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great people. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long time. I feel very comfortable in the state. I'll spend a lot of time here. I want to, for 4 years, I've got to be in Washington, and I'm okay with it because I love the White House. I even fix up the little Oval Office. I make it, it's like a diamond. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It wasn't maintained properly, I will tell you that. But even when it wasn't, it was still the Oval Office, so it meant a lot. But I'll spend as much time as I can here. My vacation is generally here because it's convenient. I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right? But we have a lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor to Florida, pay a lot of tax. And a lot of people move from New York, and I don't know what New York is going to do. A lot of people moved to Florida from New York, and it was for a lot of reasons, but one of them was taxes. The taxes are so high in New York, they're leaving. I don't know what New York's going to do about that, because some of the biggest wealthiest people and some of the people that pay the most taxes of any people anywhere in the world, for that matter, they're moving to Florida and other places. So we're going to have to help some of these states out, I think. But thank you very much. I'll be here as much as I can.
He was asked how long the illegal immigrant detainees will be held in Alligator Alcatraz in Florida. That to you isn't a sign of dementia? Okay. Yeah, I'll do one of those, unknown trader. I don't think files are going to implicate anyone of a crime, red or blue. Oh, I wildly disagree. Why would Trump be going through all this to cover them up if not? Why not? And somebody said, hold on. I don't think anyone here understands the process at all when it comes to releasing information of this magnitude. So did you say the same thing like when Biden didn't release it? Or are you one of the people saying what this fella right here said, Bebley, if Trump was guilty of anything, they would have gotten him during the Biden administration. Also, Trump is nowhere near as impaired as Biden. The whole premise is hilarious. No. He's worse than Biden. Believe me, he's way worse than Biden. But why don't you explain the process to us, Savage Shot? What's the process? Because Donald Trump can absolutely release the files right now. They've had all types of lawyers and every fucking thing else come out and say so. There's no question about it. The Department of Justice has them. He just has to say release them. So what is the process? Can you tell us? His answer is coherent. She asked the question twice. And I want you to listen to his answer while he veers off into 1,000 different subjects and topics. Hold on. Notice that he doesn't answer the question, nobody is home. No. He talks about everything but the question. He talks about the Oval Office. He talks about his home in Florida. He talks about everything. Okay, so I guess this person doesn't know the process they're describing. Here, I'll play it again. You guys go ahead and try to make an excuse for him on that.
Okay, please, in the back.
Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected time frame that detainees will spend here, days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration?
She asked the question twice.
Okay, please, in the back.
Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected time frame that detainees will spend here, days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration judges you just spoke about being trained and staffed here?
When you say, what was the first part of your question?
Is there a specific time frame you expect the detainees to spend here? Days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at Alligator Alcatraz.
I'm going to spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great people. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long time. I feel very comfortable in the state. I'll spend a lot of time here. I want to, for 4 years, I've got to be in Washington, and I'm okay with it because I love the White House. I even fix up the little Oval Office. I make it, it's like a diamond. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It wasn't maintained properly, I will tell you that. But even when it wasn't, it was still the Oval Office, so it meant a lot. But I'll spend as much time as I can here. My vacation is generally here because it's convenient. I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right? But we have a lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor to Florida. You know, pay a lot of tax, and a lot of people move from New York, and I don't know what New York is going to do. A lot of people moved to Florida from New York, and it was for a lot of reasons, but one of them was taxes. The taxes are so high in New York, they're leaving. I don't know what New York's going to do about that, because some of the biggest, wealthiest people and some of the people that pay the most taxes of any people anywhere in the world, for that matter, they're moving to Florida and other places. So we're going to have to help some of these states out, I think. But thank you very much. I'll be here as much as I can.
Yeah, yeah, totally coherent. Yep, totally coherent. Let's watch this.
And my stupid people.
By the way, guys, hit the like button and subscribe immediately. It's very important, seriously. As many people as possible, hit the like button right now. I'm going to watch the likes go up, and then we'll go on with this other video. It's very important because I got to get these shows out there, and I got a copyright strike the other night. So my fucking channel, the algorithm's all fucked up, which is why we've been having less people. So the more people hit the like button, the better. And if you don't like the show, hit the dislike button. That helps too. Let's see. 24 likes. Come on, guys. Hit the like button, especially anybody who agrees with me. It's free. It's not hard. It's not hard. Hit the like button. Keep going. Keep going.
And my stupid people, when I wanted to refute it, they said, sir, don't dignify it with a rebuttal.
Have you been noticing peculiar behavior recently in someone you know?
Carried out by rape.
Someone who mixes fiction and reality?
The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man.
Perhaps someone of advanced age you have known for years.
Did you just see Maduro? Venezuela, though it's unbelievable, Venezuela.
Of course, we all have our goofs. But consistently odd behavior can be a sign of frontotemporal dementia, a degenerative disease of the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain that dramatically impairs cognitive function. And there are some key signs to look out for, like slurring words.
The failing New York Times by anonymous, really anonymous.
Struggling to find the correct words is another sign.
The Mueller report, I wish, covered the oranges of the investigation.
You may also notice someone veering into incoherent ideas detached from reality.
You know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time. I'm not getting near the shark.
Or an inability to complete simple sentences.
Saudi Arabia and Russia will repeat.
Other notable symptoms include impaired motor function, such as a wavering limb, and decreased balance, often accompanied by a signature lean or arched stance. If someone you know is demonstrating several or all of these symptoms, they are seriously unwell. As a matter of safety, they must be relieved of critical responsibilities and disqualified from any position of authority. Remember, frontotemporal dementia is a degenerative disease. Cognitive function will never return and will only deteriorate further. Don't ignore the signs.
Yeah, Trump's doing great, man. He's doing a bang up job. It's deflecting, my guy. Don't call me your guy. Okay. First of all, I'm 46 years old. I'm not some fucking punk ass Gen Z clown, and I'm not gay. You should only call your boyfriend my guy. Don't call me that. It's extremely gay. I don't like it. Want some proof of the shady crap behind the scenes? Look at the Bloomberg terminal the day before Trump was shot at. There was a huge bet against DJT stock. Next day it was a race. So who would you say is responsible for Trump getting shot at? More Democrats are being caught up than anyone, and if he was doing in any way to be inappropriate, the Democrats would have tried to hit him with that as well, idiot. No, you don't even know that they had that, and they couldn't release the files during his administration. So, and besides, if the Democrats are all in them, like you say, how come Trump didn't release them in his first term? Why not? Trump had them before Biden had them, so why didn't he release them? Trump is a bigger pedo than Clinton. Well, there's absolutely zero proof or accusations that claim that Clinton is a pedo, but there are accusations and proof that Trump was. You know, MAGA dog piled on Ron DeSantis because he was humiliating Trump and MAGA by getting things done in real time. Yeah, I agree. Okay, every politician deflects and don't answer questions. Like that quality in 1986? No, politicians deflect and don't answer questions that are, politically inconvenient for them to answer. They asked him, how long are the illegal immigrants going to be in Florida? She asked him twice. And he totally, it's not even a mistake. She asked him twice. He heard a totally different question than the one that was asked. He heard her asking him, how long are you going to be staying here in Florida? Which she did not ask. Try to twist yourself into knots and do mental gymnastics all you need. There's no possible fucking way you could explain that away other than the fact that he has dementia. Also, I'll tell you another story. About a month or two ago, this guy, he's done this several times, but a couple of months ago, he was at a press conference and he told a story about his uncle John, who was a professor at MIT. Okay. And he said, my uncle John taught the Unabomber at MIT. He was his professor. And we used to always have conversations about what kind of student the Unabomber was at MIT. Him and his uncle used to have conversations, except for the fact that, the Unabomber never went to MIT, never, not for a day, never knew his uncle. And he wasn't even identified as the Unabomber until 12 years after John Trump died, Donald's uncle. So it's impossible they could have had those conversations. What about that? What about when he woke up, or he was probably already up, 12:58 a.m. on October 12th and said that Joe Biden put 274 FBI agents in the crowd on January 6th, even though Donald Trump was the president on January 6th, 2021. What years did I say? I feel like I said 2006. January 6th, 2021. So there's that. Also, when he tells you guys he's going to lower prescription drug prices by 1,500%, does that sound a little off to you? Like, do you know that's impossible, right? And for anybody to say that, they would have to be a madman, because that would mean we're going to be paid for our prescriptions. So any of that set off any alarm bells? He called him Dr. John Trump. Yeah. Impeach Trump. Is it going to be an impeachable offense this time, dumbass? Well, he was impeached twice already. Do you know what impeached means? Do you know what impeach means, Don Trump? Because he was impeached twice, just like Bill Clinton was impeached once. So, and he's the only president to ever be impeached twice. So what are you saying? Are you saying he wasn't impeached? Because he was. Impeached twice were the offenses impeachable, dumbass. Donald Trump, just because you keep being a fucking asshole, I'm gonna block this shit out of you, and I'm gonna enjoy doing it. But yeah, impeached means formally charged, you jackass. It's literally like the same as somebody being indicted by a grand jury. That's what it means. And you get impeached in the House, you get convicted in the Senate. The only reason he didn't get convicted is because the Senate, the Republicans had the majority. And the Republicans will never go against Donald Trump because he controls their political futures. Now go away. Bye-bye. Retards, name one of Trump's victims. Katie Johnson. Remember when Biden carelessly left classified documents in his garage, then was found to be too feeble-minded to be held accountable? Biden, well, nobody ever said that. That's something you guys made up, that he was found too feeble to be held accountable. That never happened. Joe Biden had those documents and he returned them as soon as he was asked to. Donald Trump, on the other hand, he had classified files all over his fucking house, in his bathroom, everywhere. And he was showing classified information to people to try to impress them with shit. Okay. He was asked numerous times by the FBI to return those files, and he didn't. So he got indicted on those charges. And it was only because the judge was a MAGA simp that she dismissed that case, which probably would have been brought again, by the way, if the Supreme Court didn't rule the way they did. He wasn't impeached at all. He was impeached twice. I don't think you understand what impeached means. Was Bill Clinton impeached? He's no more crook than any other president. They all got super rich in office. At least stay consistent. Who? Who got super rich in office? Presidents. Who? Clinton was impeached. Trump was not. Shut the fuck up, moron. This is what I mean. Mike Ramey, you're kind of a MAGA guy. You want to jump in here and explain to them that Trump absolutely did get impeached? Biden was the worst president ever. Facts. Well, according to 154 presidential scholars, Joe Biden was the 14th best and Trump was the worst. But I know you're smarter than them, right? Trump don't control shit. Yeah, no, as the president of the United States now, he has no power whatsoever. You're right. What is it that you are after to put Kamala in office, and how would that help anybody? Oh my God, in a million different ways. What do you mean? It would actually help people. Trump is only hurting people. Dude, do you make up more stuff than Kamala Harris? What did Kamala Harris make up? Go ahead, I'll wait. All of this is completely made up. Which parts? Biden cognitive ability was on another level compared to Trump's. However, all our leaders are major criminals and up to some evil, sick shit behind doors. No, don't do the two sides thing. You cannot compare Trump to any of them. And I guess you're saying Biden's cognitive ability was worse. No, Biden's brain was leaking out of his ears, and he would just be falling asleep and forgetting what he's saying and shit like that, which is what happens to old people. Donald Trump is demented. You saw his answer. You saw his answer. Now you show me a Biden clip where he's asked a specific question twice, and then he goes on to answer 45 questions that weren't asked and not the one that was. Rambles about everything but the question that was asked. Hell of a lot of accusations with no evidence. Delusion is real. What do you want evidence of? Why is that, SL550? What the fuck are you going to do about it if I don't? I got to stop? Fuck you. He's donating his salary. What have you donated besides your stupidity? He's doing that because of the emoluments clause. If you knew anything, you'd understand. It's because the emoluments clause says that if he takes a salary, he cannot take a dime more from anywhere or anyone. Okay. So he gives up $400,000 a year, and so far since January 20th, he's made $3.8 billion. 40% of his net worth was accumulated since he was inaugurated the second time. Thank you, Mr. Jeff Curry. Please hit the like button and subscribe, everybody. Hit the like button hard. Keep hitting it, and send a super chat. Contribute in some way. You want my, here, I'll even throw this in the chat. Not like anybody will use it, but I'll give it a shot. Oh, I already did. My Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal are in there. They made book money after office. Yeah, like Barack Obama, for example. Speaking engagements, and he got $60 million, him and Michelle, for their memoirs. So they just see money, and they say, oh, my God, he must be corrupt. No, there's a reason he made that money. A legit reason. I was going to sub you, now going to back you, going to block you, thought you were entertaining, now you're just making shit up. Well, what's so funny is that you're such an asshole, you think you can block a YouTube channel. You can't. And Biden was not to even passes them. What does that mean exactly? Oh, are they? Yeah, they're a joke. But you guys know better. Sure. Do you believe he got 81 million votes during a pandemic? Who, Biden? It's Payupski. Here you go. It's an absolute fact. Yeah, it's an absolute fact. Why wouldn't it be? And during a pandemic, that actually helped, right? Because people could vote from home and stuff. They didn't have to go any fucking where. So a lot of people that don't get out to vote were able to vote. Well, you don't believe he got 81 million votes? Payupski, of course you don't. You're a MobTube douchebag. I know who you are. Biden sniffed children. No, he didn't. Okay, I wasn't running for anything. I don't know how I lost, but okay. He was impeached twice, but the Senate didn't have 2/3 majority for removal. The second time, he was already out of office. There you go. He was impeached twice. And now Mike is a guy that, believe me, he's not just going to back me up. He disagrees with me on damn near every fucking thing. So, and all you got to do, guys, is Google it. Watch this. You want to see? The more people hit the like button, the better. And if you don't like the show, shut up. Shut up. Did Donald Trump get impeached twice? The second impeachment of trial of Donald.
According to Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, the second impeachment trial of Donald Trump, the 45th president of the United States, in office from 2017 to 2021, began on February 9th, 2021, and concluded with his acquittal on February 13th. Trump had been impeached for the second time by the House of Representatives on January 13th, 2021.
Yeah. So. Wait a minute, January 13th, 2021. So he wasn't out of office yet. By the time it was concluded, he was. But the impeachment process started before that. So see, he was impeached twice. The 10% to the big guy was about a cobalt in the Congo. I can show you the connection. Yeah, I don't know. I just know a Republican House Oversight Committee cleared him on that. Biden was incoherent, and so is Trump. They're both too fucking old to be president. I'll agree with you on that. You're white. You're targeting color white and red, blue, and white, blue veins. What? What the fuck? You are a true MAGA person, aren't you? Biden could not complete a sentence, let alone a word. Really? Not at all? Never, you mean? He could never do that? You want me to show you videos and stuff just out of curiosity? Even towards the end of his presidency? Yeah, exactly. Let me know, because I'll play the videos right now. I love when you guys say stuff like that. Go ahead and get it and tell me how Biden can complete a sentence. Obama is smarter than Trump by 500%. Shit, more than that. $2 billion to Trump's son-in-law while in office from Saudi thug. Yeah, $2 billion Jared Kushner took in. Yep. Not to mention the money the other kids made, and Ivanka with her trademarks that she magically got after years and years of trying to get trademarks in China. And then Donald Trump met with Xi Jinping, and what do you know? She got her trademarks, you know? Yeah. And Donald Trump and Eric Jr. now, or Donald Jr. I always do that. And Eric Trump now, he just gave Donald Trump a $3 billion Jesus Christ, Trump Jr. a $3 billion contract. Barron has made $150 million since Trump's been in office. Eric Jr., there's hot mic moments of Trump talking with the president of India or Indonesia, whatever the fuck it was, where he's telling Donald Trump, I need to meet with Eric. Now, why would you be saying that to the president? Eric is the one that runs the Trump organization. You're talking to the man, but you need to talk to his son. You know why? Because his son runs the Trump organization, you know? And of course, he can't talk to the president about that. It's just, you know, more ways to bribe Trump. BB from VA, $4.99 or thumbs down, thumbs up or thumbs down. I think she meant. I'm not sure, but yes, absolutely. You are. Thank you, BB. You're on denial. It's a syndrome of major TDS syndrome. Please seek some help. You are well spoken. Whining about Trump his entire life. Even most of his viewers aren't on his side. In his side, you said. They certainly aren't in my side. And another thing, you know, I'm 46 years old. So do you really think I was whining about Trump my entire life? Or do you think maybe just since he started running for president? You can call it whining all you want, but did you guys whine about Biden? Just out of curiosity. Were you guys completely silent during Biden's term? You didn't say anything. You didn't chant, let's go, Brandon. You didn't talk about him being senile. You never spoke about Joe Biden during his 4 years. Okay. You guys have no self-awareness. Yeah, true. Did you miss the debate between Biden and Trump? Oh, yeah. No, I saw it. And then I saw the next day when Biden held a rally and he was great. Gave one of the best speeches I ever heard. I could play it for you if you want. And Kamala demolished Trump in the debate between those two. So Trump's vocabulary is amazing. He will outtalk anyone in the room. He would debate you and make you look sad. If you're being serious about that, I don't know what to tell you. He's literally studied by linguists, and they said he speaks on about a third grade level. What did you see on the debate stage? Oh, Biden was all fucked up. I did a show about it the next day, no doubt. But you said he could never form a complete sentence, like throughout his presidency. And if that's what you're saying, I'll gladly show you some videos. Yeah, well, Trump's been doing a lot of that lately. Trump's been falling asleep all over the place. Biden has a stammer. Trump has a tapioca for brains. Yeah. How can someone listen to Trump and think, yes, he's a guy with a head on his shoulders? Because it's not smart people that are saying that. They're people who are dumber than him. And dumb people always look at a guy who's slightly less dumb as a smart guy. You know what I mean? Biden completed plenty of sentences. I love watching Trump almost finish a sentence, but he pauses, sucks air through his teeth, and pivots to another point without finishing the first thought. Oh, yeah, he had to nickname that the wave or the weave just because he's so fucked up. Yep. Do you do call-ins? Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, 941. 410-941-9850. 410-941-9850. Yeah. What about Jasmine Crockett? She's another one that's 10 times smarter than Trump. Yeah. This guy does 4 shows a day hoping to make a living, but he fails every time. I do other shows that aren't politics related that I make a living on. And I've been making a living for 4.5 years. And I would guess, especially since your screen name is Find Job Now, that I make more than you do. I would just assume, because I know what I make. Stop smoking cigarettes, bro. It's going to kill you. Do you drink or do anything? Are you completely healthy? You don't do anything that's bad for you? Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. Michael Hensley, what's up, brother? It's a donkey. So what's your point? You can't call from a private number. It doesn't. I don't accept calls from private numbers. I've been on YouTube 4.5 years, so people like to terrorize me by phone. So you got to call with a regular number. I'm not going to. What do you think I'm going to do with your number? Who was running the country once we all saw Joe was clearly incapable of running the country? I am not MAGA simp, but I am not a liberal either. I don't know. I mean, I don't think you could say he was incapable of running the country. I think you just want to say that. But where is the proof of that? Like the country was run by somebody, right? You could say it was his wife. You could say it was whoever. But bottom line is, Joe Biden did great under his administration, a lot better than Trump has done or is doing now. And I could give you the numbers to prove it. Trump has TDS, teenage diddler syndrome. I love it. That's beautiful. Your views are 100% liberal, LMAO. Even though the people in this chat are 90% Trump supporters, think about what you just said. Take a look at the chat and think about what you just said, you stupid fuck. And even in the other videos I do on my channel about other stuff, it's practically all Trump supporters. So Michael Hensley's been with me 4.5 years. He's in the chat. Ask him if he's a liberal. Oh my God, look at this one. It's funny that Trump tricked the Dems into thinking he didn't want the Epstein files to come out, so he said they were a hoax. The Dems ran with that, and we finally got their vote. Now it's over with. Michael Weggs, the Epstein files have not been released, and it was the Democrats pushing to get the Epstein files released, and Trump was trying to cover them up, and still is, by the way. So the fact that you could come up with that in your head is so baffling to me. It tells me that you're probably a conspiracy theorist about a lot of things. But you think this was some trick Donald Trump played? You didn't think, even after seeing 30,000 emails get dropped, and Trump is mentioned by Epstein more than anyone else in 30,000 emails, 1,686 times. You know that Trump is absolutely not only in the files, but probably the main person in the files other than Epstein and Ghislaine. Like, that's the shit that makes people laugh at you guys, is that there's an obvious answer here. There's no question Trump's in the files. Pam Bondi said it herself. But you have had to twist yourself into knots to come up with that because you can't explain away the fact that Trump has been covering up the Epstein files. Joe Biden had advanced late stage Alzheimer's since 2019. Is that right, Dr. whatever your name is? Because all I know is that he had neurological exams and they said there are no signs of dementia. Now, they could be lying, but I know that they're doctors, and you are just the guy in my chat on a Tuesday at 2:16 p.m. So how do you know that exactly? Katie Johnson will eventually testify before Congress, and then Donald Trump's world will be turned upside down. Let's hope so. Yes, he is. He is. Big red one, yes. Trump supporters are so ignorant, no doubt. Then why haven't the files been released by the Dems if they'd expose Trump? Why didn't Trump release them if they would expose Democrats? Why didn't Trump release them in his first term? Go ahead, I'll wait for your answer. I'm waiting. Where's the answer? Why didn't Trump release them in his first term? He had them before Biden. No problem, bro. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important. Very important. I don't know. I'd love to know who's running the country. Once we all know, I wouldn't be shocked if he had the early stages of dementia, at least. Yeah, but to deny that Trump has at least early stages of dementia, you just can't get away with it. I could show you shit right now that you could say it's not proof, but it's absolutely proof. So, and by the way, when you guys wonder who's running the country, okay, when you guys ask that question, who was running the country under Biden, I want to remind you of some things, because you like to talk about the auto pen and stuff. Joe Biden never said, I didn't know who was being pardoned. You guys just say he didn't know who was being pardoned. But Donald Trump on 60 Minutes a few weeks ago, when asked about the CEO of Binance, who had just been pardoned by Donald Trump, he said, I don't even know who the guy is. I don't know anything about it. Now, it was a Donald Trump pardon, but he don't know who the guy is and he doesn't know anything about it. So who's running shit? Another example, he came out and said, ICE has to stop raiding farms and hotels. We only need to deport illegals because, businesses need these illegal immigrants. A couple days later, he comes back out and changes changes his words completely. And now he's back to wanting to raid farms and hotels. Why do you think that is? Trump made a decision, and then whoever's really running shit got in his ear, most likely Stephen Miller, and said, bro, no, you can't. I think he calls him bro. I don't know why. I'm joking, of course. And said, hey, you can't do that. We got to, our base is going to go crazy. You have to keep deporting illegals no matter, how long they've been here or anything else, whether they work or not, whether they're criminals or not. So he changed his stance. He's also changed his stance on electric cars and crypto and all types of shit, So there's somebody who does his thinking for him. Then why haven't the files been released by the Dems if they'd exposed Trump? Isn't that the one I asked you to answer? Why didn't Trump release them if they'd exposed Dems? Why not? Yes, that's right. Michael Hensley's the man. That's one thing we agreed on a long time ago. Trump didn't have them. Oh, why not? Jeffrey Epstein got busted in 2019. His homes were raided, computers were taken, all that in 2019. Trump didn't leave office until 2021. So why didn't he have them? They were in the court, fucktard. Oh, John Cole. You're the same one that answered this last time. Now you see what he just said? There's your answer about Biden. They were in the courts, fucktards. John Cole thinks he's being smart, but he doesn't realize that that's exactly why I was asking you the question, to get that exact answer, because that's why Biden didn't release them. Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted under Joe Biden, not Donald Trump. And her case was on appeal until 2025. So that's why they didn't release the Epstein files. And if you're going to say, no, that's not a good enough excuse, Dems could have released them, then I'll just very simply say Trump could have released them. And neither one of us, will be more wrong or right than the other. Hey, can you not believe what you are seeing daily? I guess that you're literally insane and blind. I'm going to have to assume you're talking to them and not me. It takes time to release files in order to protect the many victims. You guys don't understand process nor have empathy for the victims. So how come they're going to do it in 30 days, but they couldn't do it today? Not even 30 days anymore. You know, they've already done that, right? Pam Bondi said she went through the files in May. And she found Trump's name all over them, and that's why they assigned the FBI agents to redact his name. So how do you know this, Savage Shot? Did Fox News tell you this? Because they could release them right now. They could have released them 6 months ago. Trump could have released them as soon as Glaine's appeal was up. He could have released them. He could release them anytime he wants. You don't know anything. Because I guarantee you've said Biden could release them, but you didn't use the same reason for why he didn't, right? I know it is. I know. Obama and Biden had the files for 12 years and did nothing. Is that right? You know that Obama wasn't in office when Epstein finally really got busted, right? You know that there was only one case in 2009 and Epstein got a sweetheart deal. Everything was known about the case. There was nothing for Obama to release. You understand that? And Alex Acosta, the guy that gave Epstein the sweetheart deal, later became the Secretary of Labor under Donald Trump because they're close personal friends. You know that? Why didn't Democrats realize files when Trump was running for president of the United States of America? Answer this one. I already have several times. Maxwell said Trump done nothing wrong. Oh, yeah. And she got sent to a cushy-ass prison for saying that. And now she's going to get a pardon. Of course. Well, if you were doing 20 years in prison and Todd Blanche came to you and said, listen, you know what we need you to say. You know what I mean? And you'll be okay. Would you say it? Would you lie through your fucking teeth? Of course. Of course. I would do it. I've been in jail in a hard fucking beat. Yeah. Oh, who? What? Did what? Who? I don't know. No, not him. Nope. Now, can I be released now, please? It's so funny that you guys are conspiracy theorists about everything when it comes to Democrats, but when it comes to Republicans, everything is exactly what it seems, right? Yeah. Trump killed Epstein. Who knows? Who are you talking about? Me? Simon James, you can call me right now. We can literally have a debate right now. I'll give you the number again. 410-941-9850. Just don't call from a private number. Trump was so anti-abortion that when Idaho wanted to end all abortions, Trump called it crazy. Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy what Trump said about CZ. He said he don't know who the guy is, but he just pardoned him. I said, I don't know. I don't know anything about him. Now, in all honesty, does he know about him? Of course he does. The reason he said that is because it was an obvious pay-to-play scheme. CZ, the CEO of Binance, secured a $2 billion investment into Trump's company, World Liberty Financial, and in return, he got pardoned for it. But Trump has to pretend he doesn't know anything about it because it's so insanely corrupt that if he admitted it, there'd only be one answer, and that was that it was a pay-to-play thing. Show us, prove, LOL what? Show us, prove, LOL what? Now, if you were to read that, Sherry, would you know what that means? Show us, prove, LOL what? What do you want me to show you? Go ahead and tell me. Oh, you think Little Miss Patriot? Yeah, I would say you're right. Yeah. I got you. I'm with you on that, Beer Light Broker. What do you guys want me to prove again? Dems help people, but Republicans rob, steal to give to the rich. Willful ignorance is no longer accepted. I agree, Vicky Ridgely. Brother, I supported Trump till I found the truth. See, Mr. Jeff Curry, you figured it out. I give you props for that, man. A lot of these guys, you could show them the truth all day. They just don't care. Abortion is child murder. No, it's not. You go to prison for life for child murder. Death penalty even. Misinformation and racism. I guess you're talking about the right. Mike Ramey. Congress could have long subpoenaed the victims and their settlements and bust this thing wide open, but they're not going to do that because it's going to implicate donors, elites, intelligence agencies. Aha. It's also, though, going to implicate Trump. Do you agree to that, Mike? Because you're right about everything you said. But do you also agree to that it's going to implicate Trump? I know you said you don't think he committed any crimes. But even if there's no provable crime in there, which I believe there probably are, do you think it's going to implicate him in crimes? Hell no, I wouldn't know what it means. Okay. There's not been a half-decent Republican president since George Bush Sr. I agree 100%. President Trump didn't beat up women. He didn't transport minors for pimping. Trump was busy running trying run a country. The man is working 4 times more than Biden. No, he's not. He's ruined everything Biden has built. And President Trump was accused of beating up his wife, Ivana, in 1988 or 9 and raping her. As far as transporting minors for pimping, he was without a doubt a part of the most prolific child sex ring in this country, child trafficking ring with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine. So I'd say you're wrong about both of those things. Oh, yeah, where's the proof of that? Just out of curiosity. Child abortion is definitely child murder. The fact that you think unborn children are okay to kill sells me all I need to know. God bless, and the truth will set you free. Don't say God bless to me. Number one. Number two, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's simple. Even the law thinks you're wrong, because then anybody who got an abortion would get the fucking death penalty or at least life in prison. Harris voters don't need proof. They run on hate. Proof of what? I'll show you proof of whatever you want. We don't run on hate. You mean the people that even according to you want everybody to have an equal opportunity in life, including lesbians, gay, transgender, bisexual, all that, and black and Spanish and everything else. They run on hate, but the party of Trump that literally hates Mexicans, Muslims, black people, gay people, trans people, they're not the party of hate. Got it. Yeah, well, listen, the bar is set pretty low when it comes to Republican presidents. Biden undid everything Trump did. Yeah, thank fucking God. Yeah. Trump destroyed the economy, destroyed the whole country, and Biden fixed it. You guys should really seriously check out the GDP under Biden in his last couple of years, and go back to all those days when the stock market was hitting record highs under Biden, and go look how he brought the unemployment rate down from the 14% Trump left him with to the 3.2%, which is a record low, lowest in history. Stuff like that. You should read about the American Rescue Plan, bipartisan infrastructure bill, CHIPS and Science Act, PACT Act, all that good shit. If he did something, yes, it would implicate him and everyone. It would be the end of their political career, whoever subpoenas those victims. That's why I don't think these files will implicate anyone. I totally disagree, man. Mike, are you denying that there's been an active cover-up of the files? I know you do research. You know that Pam Bondi told Trump he was in the files. And then a month later, they said there is no Epstein list. After Pam Bondi said a few months before, the list is on my desk. There's an active cover-up of the Epstein files, and yet you don't think anyone will be implicated. Why wouldn't they just release them then? If Donald Trump was only in the Epstein files because he kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, why wouldn't he release that to make himself look like a hero, which he would do in a heartbeat if he could? Why not? What'd I lie about? Who was found not guilty on what? What exactly did Biden build? Very well said, Antonio Flores. Are you a Trump supporter, by the way, Antonio Flores? Just out of curiosity. What exactly did Biden build? Do you mean build? Again, when Trump left office, there was a 14% unemployment rate. He left with 2.5 million jobs less than he entered office with. The whole supply chains were fucked up. We couldn't get bottled water, toilet paper, paper towels, nothing. He grossly mishandled COVID. Biden came in, and over the next few years, he fixed the economy, whether you guys want to believe it or not. As much as he possibly could, he fixed the economy. He brought unemployment down. He created 16 million jobs, which is 4 times more than the last 4 Republican presidents combined. So stuff like that. Yeah, I know. Exactly. These guys think he works hard. In his first term, he played golf 284 days out of his first term. No, I know everything about him. That's the problem for you guys. 100% a diddler, without a doubt. Do you agree at least that Biden and Yellen caused the interest rates to go through the roof? What rate did you get on your new car? Tell you the truth, I don't remember. But I know a car I bought under Biden, and my credit wasn't phenomenal at the time, was like 8.9% was my interest rate. I think you put too much of it on Biden. It's just my personal opinion, and I don't listen, believe it or not, guys, I don't care that much about Biden. I don't. It's just that you guys are fed a lot of misinformation, and rather than researching, you just kind of buy it hook, line, and sinker, and then you repeat it. You know how many times people say shit in this chat that I debunk like in real time. But you know what, Mia Lupari, let me look into it more, and I'll tell you more what I think another time, because I can't even give a completely informed answer, because as you know, I used to say my first couple of years on MobTube, my favorite thing about MobTube is I stopped paying attention to politics, which I did until it was, until they started campaigning again, because I wasn't worried about anything with Biden. I wasn't. Trump, you got to keep up on this shit because he's doing stuff to hurt us every single day. Asher Phoenix, $5. No one killed more kids than God. Have you heard of the flood? LOL, all kids go to heaven anyways. Kind of a hack if you think about it. Oh, that's fucked up. But yeah, I've said that before. I've said God is the greatest mass murderer in world history. He killed literally everybody. It is true. So much of the shit they say is so contradictory to what they're supposed to believe and everything. It's so fucking funny. They preach this shit about fetuses and every fucking thing else. And meanwhile, once those kids are born, they don't want those kids to have shit, even if it'll help them survive. WIC, food stamps, Section 8 housing, nothing. They want those kids cut off completely the minute they leave the womb. So it's not about pro-life. It's about controlling women's bodies, and it's about your ridiculous fucking religion. Because even though it says nothing in the Bible anywhere about, abortions, I guess it says thou shalt not kill, but you're okay with murder everywhere else, especially, if it benefits you in some way. As far as politically or anything, wars, whatever. But the babies, that's just the fetuses and shit. That's just too far. Yeah, everybody else could die as far as you're concerned, but the babies, no. Not even. I shouldn't even say babies. The fetuses, those we need to keep them around. Yeah, so they could be born to parents who don't want them, and they could be tossed into a dumpster or toilet after birth, or left in a high school bathroom or something, which has happened. Or they could, wind up in a family that hates them and never wanted them. So they suffer. And They never have the things they need in life, and they're born into a world where it's predetermined that they're going to be miserable to the day they fucking die. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that to them. Meanwhile, you guys taking in any of these babies? Because when we talk about illegal immigration, you like to say, are you guys going to let them live with you, the illegals? Well, are you going to let all these unwanted babies live with you? Just out of curiosity. 10,000 illegals wasn't a problem under Biden. You sound dumb as fuck. 10,000 illegals? No, 10,000 illegals would be no problem whatsoever. I think you made a mistake there. Smart guy. And I got to tell you, man, you guys worry about that shit way more than we do. Way more than we do. And I get different numbers all the time. You guys are so full of shit. Somebody emailed me the other day. I did a show, and somebody said there was 20 million illegals let in under Biden. Like 5 minutes later, somebody said there was 25 million illegals let under Biden. A couple of hours later, I got an email from a guy, Carmine, and he said 40 million illegals were let in under Biden. You guys don't even know the numbers. You don't know anything about it. You don't even know that at this point in his presidency, Biden was deporting more illegals a day than Trump is right now. Was he lax on the borders? Absolutely. But you guys think illegals are the cause of all your problems. I always say it. The greatest trick Republicans ever played on America was convincing stupid poor people such as yourselves that it's not the people way up here who have way too much of everything that are causing your problems. It's the people who have less than you that somehow have all this control over your lives. And you can't even make up your mind, because 1 minute immigrants are all on welfare and they're draining the system. The next minute, illegals are fucking taking all the jobs and they're making all kinds of money. And, I mean, you guys, you can't even make up your fucking mind because you just simply don't know much. And you don't realize what would happen to our economy if we lost all the illegals. Look at Florida. They deported so many fucking people that they're trying to make it so children can work in those fields and stuff because they need people to pick fruit and shit. And no American adult is going to do it for the wages that an illegal immigrant would do it for. You could watch videos. Look at farmers talk about how they cannot survive without illegal immigrants. Hotels, other industries, they can't. I'm sorry to hear that, Gary Barnes. Biden had to clean up Trump's mess the first time. God bless the next POTUS who has to fix all the shit Trump broke. Yeah, I know. Just suck it up, TDS. President Trump, you're daddy now for 3 more years. God almighty, man. I get so creeped out when grown men call Trump daddy. I know you're gay. Antonio, listen. I don't mind. I swear to God, I'm not insulting you in any way. I don't want you to take it the wrong way. I have no problem what grown people do behind closed doors. I don't. So I understand, your situation. But I would never, as a straight male, ever refer to another man as daddy. And by the way, that includes my own father. I didn't call him daddy when I was fucking 18 months old. I certainly wouldn't call him that at 46. So the fact that you refer to Trump as daddy tells me everything I need to know about you. And you think it's an insult to tell somebody that the president, who's only been president less than a year, is going to be president 3 more years. Like, that's how clever you are, that I'm supposed to be like, oh, he fucking got me. Yeah, I'm fully aware. That's how the presidency works. 4 years. We know that. and I could just simply come back at you and say, well, Biden was your president for 4 years. And I'd be equally as correct as you are. You know what I mean? Like, what? But how would that in any way be an insult? If I want to insult you, I'll do much better than that. Believe me. You're ever going back into mob stuff or interviews or basically done with all that? Probably doesn't bring as much traffic as this, but still was good. I don't know, Michael. We'll see. We'll see. Biden was importing them. It's a fact. He was importing illegals? Really? Did he have to pay tariffs on them by any chance? So stupid. Asher Phoenix, $5. I literally had to and have to hear about Biden for 10 plus years. These people are so detached from reality. TDS. You're laughing at them, I take it. Yeah, because Yeah, that's all they talk about is Joe fucking Biden. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, even to this day. Yeah. Thank you for the $5. In middle class, how many of my tax dollars did Somalians in Minnesota just illegally steal from my check? I can assure you, zero. But those people way up there, the Elon Musks and the Jeff Bezos and the people like that, they're stealing way more money than any poor people can steal from you. About $36 a year goes to SNAP, and about $500-600 a year goes to corporate subsidies out of your paycheck. But you have no problem with those, right? I don't care about that politically correct shit. I'm not a liberal, otherwise I would. In your head, that's worse than fetus murder. I'm flabbergasted. There's no such thing as fetus murder. And I don't even know what you're talking about. What's worse than fetus murder? I don't understand. We all know Biden wasn't the president. It was Obama. No, you just think that because you have to. You guys are still so obsessed with Biden that I can't even do a Trump show without you talking about Biden. I can't do it. I mean, you guys cannot defend that man without saying Biden. It's so fucked up. Biden brought the country backwards. Do you mean Biden? How? Tell me how exactly. Tell me how. Listen here, you ignorant motherfucker. Do you even have a fucking career, or do you just sit here with the bullshit you talk? This is my career. I sit here with the bullshit I talk. Got a problem with it, John Kep? Don't watch me, you fucking baby whiner. Don't watch me. Look, I got you triggered. You're pissed off I'm talking about your leader, aren't you? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yeah, no, he didn't. That's absolute bullshit that you just heard from Fox News or made up yourself. He's good with numbers till he starts counting genders. Who are you talking about? In my opinion, there's two genders. So I don't know who you're talking about, but what about your Clinton friends? I've never been friends with anyone named Clinton. So I don't know who you'd be referring to. So I said they can't defend Trump without bringing up Biden. So this guy said, how about the Clintons? Basically. Yeah, I wouldn't say that, Vicky. The woke have destroyed anything they touch. He's your president too. Yeah, no shit. I'm not like you guys. Joe Biden's not my president. The president's the president. But tell me what they've destroyed. I'm curious. Just tell me, because I'm not going to stay on a lot longer, but I'll go to the bottom of the chat here and I'll wait for you to tell me what they destroyed. The woke, as you call them. And also, could you do me a favor and define woke for me? I'm curious as to what woke means to you. No. Donald Trump is the leader of the free world, and you guys were obsessed with Biden when he was the leader of the free world. It's not an obsession, by the way. It's just probably the most important issue, at least in America, is who the president is and what he's up to. So you can call it obsession probably because you obsess over men. I don't obsess over men. I obsess over pussy, personally. And that's just who I am. But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't have an obsession with Trump. I have an obsession with money, pussy, and what else? There's got to be one or two other things, but not any politician. Fox News is the #1 news organization in the world, bitch. Look it up. Get some. Yeah, that's exactly why we got Donald Trump as president. Yeah, this country is, the majority of people in this country are stupid. They are. It's a fact. I mean, 54% of Americans read and write on a third grade level, and 23% of Americans are functionally illiterate. So it's you dumb motherfuckers that you listen to Fox News all day and you get taken in by that shit. You get drawn in by it. You know, what you don't understand is a lot of the reason Fox News is #1 is because most of us Democrats and shit, we do not listen to CNN or MSNBC or any of that horse shit. But you guys all listen to Fox News all day, every day, and they lie through their teeth to you. And that's why every time you come in here with an alternative fact, I have to debunk it, because all they do is lie to you, and you're getting misinformation fed to you around the clock. You want to come Who spells, is that supposed to be Rachel? Who spells it that way? You want to debate me? 410-941-9850. Come on, Rachel. You took a shot at my intelligence, so I know you'd have no problem debating me. 410-941-9850. Biden didn't clean shit up. He fuck up big time by opening our borders wide open. Yeah, no, he didn't. He was bad on the borders, but he didn't open the borders wide open. It's ridiculous. You'd have to keep up with the comments and conversation to know what I was talking about. In fact, most comments are over the head. No. You're just illiterate and you write shit like a fucking retard. So when I read it, it's like, I don't even know whose side this person is on or what they're saying. And by the way, Tyson, I don't even remember your last comments. To me, this is like the first time seeing you. I read like probably, I don't know, 1,500 comments on every show. And you guys think you're so important that I'm actually paying attention to your names and waiting for your next comment. Yeah. And you can call me too and debate right now, Tyson. 410-941-9850. You want to get embarrassed? Go ahead. The Clintons are getting indicted, you stupid idiot. John Kemp, you are as dumb as a motherfucker. Where's the proof? Show me the credible source that the Clintons are getting indicted. I'll wait. He literally did open the borders. No, he didn't. There was no open borders. No, he didn't. There was no open. Borders were not open. Open borders means anybody could just walk through the border and then stay here permanently. But Biden was deporting fuck tons of people. And he even tried to pass the bipartisan border bill, which Trump shot down because Trump doesn't really care about the border. He just wanted that issue to run on because dolts like you will only vote for him because you're racist and you want Mexicans thrown out of the country. You know? So there's no such thing as open borders in America. And there hasn't been for like at least 100 years or so. So there's no such thing. You guys are so ridiculous that when you see more illegals coming in than usual, you say the borders are open, which is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever fucking heard. One of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. What the fuck, man? All right. 90% of the political live streams promote MSM. Well, I'm not one of them. I don't listen to any of that horse shit. None. I mean, zero. I listen to independent journalists and I fact check them too. Why are Mexicans so scary to you idiots? They're much nicer than the white people I know. Me too, Asher. Me too. Oh, yeah. Except Tyson, you're not insulting me like you guys in every comment. You're not insulting. It's just me throwing insults at you. There you go, playing victim again. Tyson, why don't you call me and debate me, fuckface? See, there's another insult. Why don't you call me and debate me? All I've been presenting is facts. They just don't fit your narrative, so you refuse to acknowledge that they're facts. Nearly half of Democrats and Democratic-leaning 48% in the USA report that they regularly get news from CNN, and you can Google it. Is that true? If that's true, that's insane. Not me. Although I will say this, no matter what. I mean, and you could check on this too. No news network, not CNN, nor MSNBC or CBS or NBC or any of them, lie as much as Fox News. I mean, there's no question. There was a study done, and they actually found, and they studied all the news networks, they actually found that people that listen to Fox News are less informed than people that listen to no news at all. Think about that. So in other words, people that listen to no news at all, they don't know anything. But the people that listen to Fox News just know lies and bullshit. So it's actually less. You're better off knowing nothing than everything you know being complete and total bullshit. You know, so you might want to look into that. Let me see if that's true, though. It might be. I'm not saying it's not. Do 48% of Democrats in the USA report that they regularly get news from CNN? Holy shit. Yes, a recent Pew Research Center survey from June 2025 found that 48% of Democrats and Democratic leaners say they regularly get news from CNN. In the same survey, 47% reported getting news from NBC, and 46% from ABC. So let me see. What percentage of Republican voters get their information from Fox News? %57%. Even when you're right, you're wrong somehow. You know what I mean? According to recent 2024 and 2025 data from the Pew Research Center, a majority of Republicans, 57%, regularly get their news from Fox News, making it the dominant source of news for Republican voters. You guys should go look at that video where Fox News showed a bus with these black seats and there was nobody in the seats, but it almost looked like there was like people in Muslim garb sitting in the seats. And they told you guys it was a bus full of Muslims coming to America. And in reality, it was an empty bus that just had seats that looked that way. You should also look up the video where they showed you a riot at a border fence, you know, and there's people throwing Molotov cocktails and all kinds of shit at law enforcement. And then check out how they found out that was really a border in South America and not our U.S.-Mexico border. Should look up stuff like that. No. This guy, why would I say that? It's not true. It's not true. Look, you want to see something? You guys, you dumb motherfuckers. Did Biden get caught on tape sniffing kids? Wait, watch. There's no genuine unedited video of President Biden sniffing kids on tape. Claims and videos suggesting this have been widely debunked by fact checkers as digitally altered or taken out of context. Yeah, you guys saw a bullshit video where they put the sound in and you said, oh my God, he's sniffing kids. And you just keep repeating it over and over, even though it's not true. Biden was not sending anyone back. Okay, you check it out. Look it up. Last time I called, I embarrassed you. You started talking about titties as if you were in middle school. I was making fun of you. Call again. Go ahead. Nobody's ever embarrassed me on here. And I don't even remember which one you were. I think the titties thing. Oh, because you're an incel. And I was asking when the last time you touched the titty was, because you're a retard and you were literally rambling about nonsense and going from subject to subject. I embarrassed you in the beginning because I totally, I answered one of the questions you thought I wouldn't be able to answer. And then you started screaming and calling me names. So call again right now. The previous VP did Kamala. Previous VP did Kamala. Did what? He's talking to you the way you deserve. You're morons. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I sorry, I can't help it, guys. It's very frustrating talking to people who don't know anything, yet they act like they're smart. Let's just go with facts. Biden was terrible on the border and Trump is great on the border. It isn't racism. Oh, no, it's racism because you guys, I never hear shit from you guys or Fox News or anyone about the northern border. You don't give a fuck about Canadians and people coming through the northern border being here illegally. You guys also don't give a fuck when Trump walks in a fuck ton of white South Africans, literally only so they could take American 6-figure-a-year jobs. Nothing. You don't say a word about it. Now, Trump is proposing, and he's actually going to do it. He's going to bring in 600,000 Chinese students so they could be educated here and take our jobs. And you guys are fine with that. No, it's absolutely racism. But Biden did suck on the border, and Trump is doing way better on the border. No question. That's about the only thing he's doing better on. So I'll give you that. But it is absolute. Don't ever act like it's not racism. I know motherfuckers. Like you guys were the same ones bitching 20 years ago. How come I got to press 1 for English? Like as if it's a big fucking deal. I remember the t-shirts you guys used to wear. Why should I have to press 1 for English? Who gives a fuck? America doesn't even have a national language, you dopes. But it's absolute racism. If Trump wasn't racist, you guys wouldn't vote for him. He literally was nothing until he said Mexicans are rapists. And then he shot up in the polls and nobody could catch up to him. And he quotes Hitler and the guy is an absolute scumbag. He got sued by the Nixon Justice Department for refusing to rent apartments to black people in the 70s. I mean, he used to make his black employees hide in the back when he'd walk through the casino because he didn't want to see them. He's a despicable guy, you know, and you guys, you vote for him literally because he's racist, not despite the fact that he's racist. Yeah, no, they don't. You know, they're not murdering babies. That would be insane. No, business could stay in business that way. They'd be locked up for life. That's why the number one news organization in the world, bitch. Yeah, because stupid people listen to it. Because even though the guy tried to make a point that 47%, and he was right. I didn't know this. 47 to 48% of Democrats get their news from CNN and MSNBC. It turns out 57% of Republicans get theirs from Fox. So what that tells you is more Republicans watch bullshit news than Democrats, which would make it the number one news organization. And if you even want to call it news, I always put Fox News in quotes because it's not news. They just lie to you. They lie to you. Big shit's going on in the world and they're talking to you about nonsense. That's why you guys are always distracted. You still think Biden's getting arrested, or Obama, I mean. After they said there's no Epstein list, isn't it funny? The first thing they said when you guys actually got mad for 5 minutes, they said, by the way, Barack Obama's getting arrested. Tulsi Gabbard found all types of information about him spying on my campaign. What happened to that? I haven't heard about that in months. Have you guys? No, you haven't. You know why? It was just another thing they were distracting you with. See, we're fully aware when they're doing that to us. You guys aren't fully aware when it's being done to you. What is a man? Open borders and hunter's cock. That's how you idiots. That's how you get idiots to vote for you. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. They're literally on record as entertainment. They said that. They said that in court, didn't they? That they're an entertainment network and not a news network, right? Yeah. And the reason they had to say that is because they lie through their teeth about shit. I think that was because of the Dominion thing, right? The Dominion lawsuit. Yeah, they lied about the Dominion voting machines. They had to pay $780 million or something. Tucker Carlson got fired. I mean, those guys, do you know that every Fox News personality, and you could check this out right now, every Fox News personality is vaccinated for COVID? Not to mention, Donald Trump just got his booster shot like a month ago at Walter Reed. You look that up too. Meanwhile, these guys tell you you're crazy to get the vaccine, don't get the vaccine, all that horse shit. And you buy it hook, line, and sinker because they don't give a fuck if you drop dead. They don't care. They don't care. There's more stupid people to replace you. They also tell you guys not to go to college. Universities are a waste of time. Colleges are a waste of time. Charlie Kirk used to say it all the time. Republican politicians say it all the time. Meanwhile, they all went to college. I don't think Charlie Kirk did. The politicians all went to college and all send their kids to college. And you don't understand that that is because they need an uneducated electorate. When Trump stood before tens of thousands of you and said, I love the poorly educated, you guys didn't realize what he was saying. You actually cheered for him. And meanwhile, what he was doing is saying that he knows that without stupid people, he can't get elected. You could freeze an egg, not a baby. Good point, Sassy Mo. Nope, the Biden crime family got pardoned. No jail time for them. Good. When Kash Patel came out and said, before Trump took office, when he was named director of the FBI, that, or, you know, when it was made clear he was going to be Trump's pick, he said, I will prosecute the Biden family at any and all costs, even if I have to create a crime. So that's when Joe Biden said, oh, fuck that, I'm pardoning them. And I don't blame him. I mean, Donald Trump pardoned his son-in-law's father, who's a scumbag, by the way. And believe me, you don't think he'd pardon the entire Trump family? He probably will before he leaves office. He probably will. Oh, I like that. All right. Obama authorized spying on the Trump campaign. He spelled authorized with an S. Interesting. According to Marco Rubio, years ago, Obama did nothing wrong whatsoever. They only brought that back up because they needed to distract you guys from the fact that they just lied to you and said there's no Epstein list. And they know that you're all obsessed with Obama's cock. So all they got to do is tell you something about Obama, that something bad's going to happen to him. And you'll totally forget the fact that they just covered up for a massive child sex trafficking ring. Autopen Pardoneni. What was the reason for all those pardons by Autopen Biden? How many Autopen pardons were there? Antonio Flores. How many? Many. Oh, so you don't know an exact number. So it could be 0, right? Could it be 0? 90%, 10,000? Yeah, you're literally just pulling those out of your ass. Show me a credible source that tells me how many of the Biden pardons were signed with Autopen. And then I can show you a clip of Donald Trump saying that he doesn't know who he just pardoned a few months ago. The government mandated that companies with over 100 workers needed to get vaccinated or we would be laid off. Good. I don't know that that's true, but if it is, good. You could have just, not done it. You could have just went and got another job or something. I mean, listen, you got to protect stupid people from themselves sometimes. You know what I mean? You just got to do it. Are you a Michael Obama fan? I never heard of anyone by that name. Distractions are that. You see what I mean about you guys? You're still talking about Obama and claiming that his wife was a man, even though it's literally just something you made up because you're so stupid. You saw a clip where Obama said, "Me and Michael, thank you," or something like that. And he was talking about the Michael guy from the Department of Homeland Security. This is what the level you guys think on. You think on the same level as like the third graders. Look what I mean. See, bummer. I mean, do you feel like a grown up when you say the dumbest shit? Do you still call people boogerhead and stuff like that? Oh, bummer. Yeah, oh, bummer. What did oh, bummer do exactly? Tell me. Looking it up, the number is crazy. Look it up, the number is crazy. No. You look it up. Tell me, how many of the Biden pardons were signed by Autopen? How many? Oh yeah, Antonio Flores, put that MAGA hat on because otherwise there's a good chance you might get fucking deported. Believe that. Matter of fact, even with the MAGA hat, you still might. They just look for anyone with brown skin, anyone Latino, anyone with an accent, anyone who speaks Spanish. Yeah. Latinos for Trump is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. That's like what's a good example? Like it's like I'm trying to think of a let me see. It's like bunny rabbits for alligators or something. You know what I mean? Like you're voting for something that is definitely going to destroy you. You know what I mean? Like you're in full support of something that is there. Its sole purpose in life is to destroy you. You know what I mean? Like your last name is Flores, and you think that Trump was a great guy to vote for. Wonderful. He would pardon anyone who paid. No. That's Trump, not Biden. Almost 100% is first and last year. So give me the exact number. Biden did the most commutations ever, less pardons than Trump, though. Yeah, and that's only because of the death penalty. He just commuted sentences from the death penalty to life in prison. Obama divided this motherfucking country. Don't tell me he didn't, or Biden divided this country. 85% of the military says Biden divided us. I don't believe that, but the military has stupid people in it too. And John, you seem very angry. You seem very hostile. How did Obama divide this country? By being the first black president? If the country wasn't mostly racist, it wouldn't have been divisive. Tell me what he said or did to divide the country. And then I'll tell you what Trump has said and done to divide the country. Go ahead. You sure they were all pardons? And just out of curiosity, mercenary, I got to ask, what makes that bad? And 1,700, you're talking about, oh, I see what you did there. So you're taking Biden's 4 years and you're comparing it to Trump's 10 months. Because Trump already in 10 months pardoned 1,700 people. Do you realize what you just did? Oh my God. Oh. I can't find a specific answer. But he pardoned 1,700 people already this year. You realize that, right? Like 1,600 were January 6th people, many of which, by the way, who have been arrested now. One that was even killed by a cop. So he literally pardoned criminals that were guilty of their crimes. He pardoned in his first term Lil Wayne and Kodak Black. They were just thugs that were guilty of their crimes, but he pardoned them just so he could try to get the black vote. You realize that, right? Yeah, we know Trump pardoned 1,590 terrorists by auto pen his first day in office. Facts. When he was signing the fucking thing, he actually had to ask him how many people it was he was pardoning. So he didn't go on a case-by-case basis. So you sure this is the argument you want to go with? Are you still talking about January 6th? Funny, you guys will talk about Obama, you'll talk about Biden constantly, but when I talk about January 6th, you are still talking about January 6th? Yes, and always will, absolutely. No, it was more than 20. I tell you that, you fuck. John Kemp, what was more than 20? Obama divided this motherfucking. That was your last comment. And then you say, I can't even find it now. I don't know what you're talking about. Biden did pre-pardon a bunch of people, which implicates there was enough to charge them. A bunch of congressional members and bureaucrats. Oh, no, not necessarily. It does not implicate that there was enough to charge them. Kash Patel made it clear that he would find something to charge them with, just like they just did with James Comey and Letitia James. And those cases got tossed. So it was preemptive pardons because he knew these people were going to go after them, like Dr. Fauci, for example, and any congressperson who went against Trump on January 6th, Republicans included, because they were going to try to prosecute people who just didn't agree with Donald Trump. So, yeah, Biden did exactly what he should have done. He protected these people from, vindictive prosecutions, which is, again, what Trump just tried to do with James Comey and Letitia James. I know. They don't know. You can't tell me how many Biden pardons that were signed with auto pen. You have no idea. You just speculate. But Trump said on 60 Minutes about a month ago, I don't know who I just pardoned. They said CZ, the CEO of Binance. He said, I don't know anything about it. I don't know who the guy is. So what does that tell you? You're going to make the Biden auto pen argument, but Trump clearly saying, I don't know who I pardoned? That is not something you're going to bring up. That's why you're full of shit. Because I can fucking I can tell you all day shit Democrats do wrong, but you guys will only mention shit Democrats do, and if the Republicans do the same things or worse, you won't say a word about it. James and Comey are guilty as fuck. What are they guilty of? Are you including the BLM and Antifa operatives that Trump pardoned for January 6th? So what you're saying is that Donald Trump pardoned Black Lives Matter and Antifa operatives. So how do you guys feel about Happy Mansplainer, the guy who's scared to call in and debate me? How do you guys feel about that? According to him, Trump pardoned Black Lives Matter. What do you think? And Antifa. What do you think, guys? What do you think? You can't remove the auto pen. There's no president that would ever have the time to sign everything he needs to sign. 410-941-9850. Yeah, no, of course not. So tell me, you're telling me that Trump pardoned Black Lives Matter and Antifa? You guys must be going nuts about that. You hate them. Yeah, no, he just pardoned scumbags from MAGA, obviously. You're the biggest hypocrite. Okay, tell me how. Tell me how I'm a hypocrite. Yeah, exactly. America's Antifa. Yeah. One Antifa member he pardoned is named John Earl Sullivan. Look it up. Did Trump and pardon? Wait a minute. What? Did Trump pardon Antifa members from January 6th? Mass pardons to 1,500 January 6th U.S. Capitol rioters. Yeah, I'll look up that specific name now because there's nothing like that. To even think that, you'd have to be an asshole. You're telling me he pardoned the people he hates the most. Okay. John R. Sullivan. Born July 18th, 1994, also known as Activist John, is an American political activist, convicted felon, and self-identified photojournalist who participated in the January 6, 2021 United States Capitol attack. In November 2023, he was convicted by a jury of a felony of obstruction of an official proceeding, civil disorder, and 5 misdemeanors. Before the January 6th attacks, Sullivan organized and participated in protests related to Black Lives Matter movement, though a few other Black Lives Matter organizers explicitly disavowed him, even expelling Sullivan from rallies and warning fellow activists to avoid associating with him. On January 6th, Sullivan entered the Capitol wearing Trump MAGA hat and attire and broke a window. Using a bullhorn, he repeatedly shouted encouragement to fellow rioters. Sullivan captured footage of the attack, his own interactions with law enforcement, and the killing of Ashley Babbitt. Following Sullivan's participation in the Capitol riot, Rudy Giuliani accused Sullivan of being with Antifa. By May 2021, Sullivan was facing 8 federal charges for his involvement in the January 6th events. On November 6, 2023, Sullivan was convicted of 5 felonies and 2 misdemeanors. He was sentenced to 6 years in prison. On January 20th, 2025, the first day of Trump, the second presidency of Donald Trump, Sullivan was pardoned along with nearly every other participant in the Capitol attack. Oh, I know there's not. Believe me. J-Main. So tell me again how he's Antifa. Black Lives Matter wouldn't accept him because he was obviously just trying to infiltrate them. So they said, no, get out of here. And they told members, don't fuck with that guy. And he was wearing a MAGA hat and a MAGA shirt. He was Antifa because Rudy Giuliani, the lunatic, the right-wing conspiracy lunatic that helped cause the riots on January 6th, said so. That's your source for him being Antifa, Rudy Giuliani. Bro, this is why nobody takes you guys seriously, man. For real. Oh, I did, Happy Mansplainer. I just did. Yeah, and I just looked it up. You can find a cemetery full of Antifa in Arlington. Oh, yeah, Shashimo? Oh, you mean, oh, yeah. No, I got you. Yeah, you can. I've been following the story of John Earl Sullivan for years. Okay, and tell me what's your credible source that he was part of Antifa, which is not even a real thing. Tell me. You got a point there. Antifa is a shortening of the word anti-fascism, we should ask. Yeah. I reckon Trump is a diddler too, as all these past few months he's been going on saying the Epstein files are full of false things, but now all of a sudden wants it released. He doesn't want it released. There's no reason to believe he wants it released. Let me explain. He has no fucking choice. The House Republicans were voting to release it no matter what, because they were not going to have that on their voting record as saying no. I'm allergic to something in this fucking house, I swear to God. What was I saying? The Senate Republicans were voting to release them no matter what Trump said. So Trump had no choice but to just jump on board after months of covering them up. Guys, he called, when Marjorie Taylor Greene went to sign the discharge petition, he called it an act of hostility, meaning Marjorie Taylor Greene was signing the discharge petition to release the Epstein files. Donald Trump called it an act of hostility. Now, why would he say that if you wanted the Epstein files released? He just has no choice now. If he would have vetoed it, he'd be the president that stopped the Epstein files from coming out. So instead, he signed the thing, and now they're just going to redact him completely from the files, and they're going to release a bunch of bullshit. I mean, do you want to hear somebody from the Department of Justice say it on secret recording here?
Well, those files do exist.
Yeah, thousands and thousands of pages of files. They'll redact every Republican or conservative person in those files, leave all the liberal Democratic people in those files.
I think they visited that Maxwell person.
Yeah.
And also involved.
Got transferred to a minimum security prison too recently, which is against BOP policy because she's a convicted sex offender. They're offering her something to keep her mouth shut.
So there you go. Let me go back here. Sullivan was the guy saying drag Trump out of office the day before January 6th. Oh, yeah, where can I find that? He's the one that was shouting, burn it down about the Capitol. Yeah, that makes sense. They wanted to burn it down. They took a shit on Pelosi's desk and everything else. Yeah. The source of him being Antifa is Rudy Giuliani. You realize that, right? Like, there's no, show me the credible source. Yeah, there's literally nothing about him being Antifa. You guys are too fucking much, I swear to God. But yes, we should all be Antifa. Yeah, they're okay with fascism, though, if it's coming from Trump and this administration. What do you mean, Colonel Quayle? No. Like, officially? Stop it. What are you saying to me? Alex Majak's $10. If Trump set his hair on fire and showed his ass, his supporters would say that he's owning the libs, that it was funny, or that he's playing 4D chess. They sound like the mothers of special needs kids. That's a fucked up way to say it, but yeah, they do. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'd appreciate it very, very much. Just think, if John Earl was involved and you've never heard of him, how many more are like him? Approximately 1,600. There. What do you mean? He's like all the other January 6th protesters. I don't understand. What kind of question is that? I just debunked your bullshit about this guy being Antifa. You realize that, right? FBI said he's not. Giuliani, oh no. Yeah, the FBI said he's not Antifa, but Giuliani did on that case. Yeah. Yeah, Democrats never pretend to do shit for minorities just to get their vote. Never. Oh, no. They don't pretend. They do shit for minorities. They do. They absolutely do. Every social safety net and program that that's in place is mainly in place to help minorities. You realize that, right? I would hope you realize that. Donald Trump, just after 4 years of being racist, decided at the very end to pardon 2 black criminals who were guilty of their crimes, without a doubt. Before they were even convicted, by the way, but there's no doubt they were guilty. Because he wanted to pander to the black community, he literally said, I figured pardoning them would help me get the black vote. I mean, Jesus Christ, man, holy shit. You do know that your source is Wiki, that is open for. Oh, I didn't just look at this. I looked at a ton of different sources on here, news publications that mention this guy and shit. There is not a single fucking thing. Not a single fucking thing. Here's the Department of Justice.gov that says anything about him being Antifa. There's nothing. There's nothing. And again, let's just say somehow this guy is Antifa, which he obviously isn't. Let's just say he is. So out of 1,600 people, you guys come in here and you say it was all Antifa. You literally said it was all Antifa and Black Lives Matter operatives that were pardoned on January 6th, even though there's, or because of January 6th. There's no way Trump would do that. Then you name one guy who has only been accused of being Antifa by a mental patient, Rudy Giuliani. My God almighty. Unbelievable. He reeks of Antifa. Bro, you're a sick fuck. What does Antifa look like? And that's not how you spell reeks. Jesus Christ. All right, guys, listen. Keep making stuff up to talk bad about our president. Oh, I haven't made anything up, and not one of you have been able to tell me anything I've been wrong about or lied about. And any of you could have called, and you chose not to because you're scared to debate me. I'll be back on in a little while. Peace.